My name's
Go.
my name's Cody, and I will be reading The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. And this book was banned because of sacrilegious beliefs. Aragorn sped up the hill. Every now and again he bent to the ground. Hobbits go light, and their footprints are not easy even for a ranger to read. But not far from the top of the spring crossed the path, and in the wet earth he saw what he was seeking. I read the signs all right, he said to himself. Frodo ran to the top of the hill. I wonder what he saw there. But he returned by the same way. He went down the hill again. Aragorn hesitated. He desired to go to the high seat himself, hoping to see there something that would guide him to his perplexities. But time was pressing. Suddenly he leaped forward and ran to the summit, across the great flagstones and up the steps. Then sitting in the high seat he looked out, but the sun seemed darkened and the world dim and remote. He turned from the north back again to the north, and saw nothing save the distant hills, unless it were far away. He could see again a great bird like an eagle high in the air, descending slowly in the wide circles down towards the earth. Even as he gazed, his quick ears caught sounds in the woodlands below. On the west side of the river he stiffened. There were cries among them. To his horror he could distinguish the harsh voices of orcs. Then suddenly, with a deep-throated call, a great horn blew. The blast of it smote the hills and echoed in the hollows, rising in a mighty shout above the roar of the falls. "The horn of Boromir!" he cried. "He is in need." He sprang down the steps and away, leaping down the path. Alas, an ill fate is on me today, and all that I do goes amiss. Where is Sam? As he ran, the cries came louder, but fainter now, and desperately the horn was blowing. Fierce and shrill rose the yells of the orcs, and suddenly the horn calls ceased. Aragorn raced down the last slope, but before he could reach the hill's foot, the sounds died away, and as he turned to the left and ran towards them, he retreated. Until at last he could hear them no more. Drawing his bright sword and crying, "Elendil, Elendil!" he crashed through the trees. A mile maybe from the path Galen, in the little glade not far from the lake, he found Boromir. He was sitting with his back to a tree, as if he was resting, but Aragorn saw that he was pierced with many black-feathered arrows. His sword was still in his hand, but it was broken near the hilt, and the horn covered his hand.